we have just witnessed the worst refereeing display in A-League history. I've been watching the A-League since season one. Season one kicked off when I was 9 years old. I've been a Mariners member and attending almost every home game of season since 2007-08. I was 12 years old, 25 years old now. I've been doing this podcast for the last couple of years. Not only do I watch every Mariners game, I try to watch every single A-League game, and what we witnessed tonight was I can only explain it as just absolute chaos and utter robbery. And I don't want to say that. And I want to say that by following up by saying, if you have been listening to my podcast or videos for a while, or if you're new here, I like to be super positive. I I like to spread positivity. I'm very optimistic. I always look at I always take the best things out of games and like to focus on the good things. And I rarely talk about refereeing performances. But me, my name's Lockie, by the way, if you're just tuning in. I try to be so positive, but me, the most positive Mariners fan, I've been following my team through all those wooden spoon years. How can we ignore what we've seen take place tonight? I said it during the live watch-along, the first refereeing decision, the penalty that was awarded to Melbourne City when Kyle Rolls clearly made the challenge on Marco Tilio outside the box. The contact started well outside the box. I said was the worst refereeing decision I've ever seen. It wasn't a matter of opinion, it was fact. The contact was made outside the box. And inexplicably, we saw that refereeing decision, the worst refereeing decision ever, topped off in the same game. Lewis Miller is substituted off in injury time because Matthew Leckie has stepped on his foot. There is footage from 3, 4, 5, 6 different angles around the stadium showing Matthew Leckie's foot on Lewis Miller, and he goes down inside the box. Every day of the week, it's a penalty. It's not a matter of opinion, it's a fact. There's no gap between the foot. If you look at every camera angle, look at the replays, there's no gap between Leckie's foot and Miller's foot. It's a clear penalty. I hate talking about referee decisions. I don't talk about it. I don't bring it up. I focus on the game. I try to focus on the positives. But tonight, after 17 years of watching A-League football, I can't ignore it anymore. This is insane. And it's cost the Mariners. It's cost the Mariners tonight. What are we saying in the live chat? Alex says disgusting, pure disgrace. Jackson says precisely. Chris says absolute farce, mate. Not only does it take too long, but they ended up getting it wrong anyway. That's the amazing thing. We talked about it in the victory game on the weekend. They took 5 minutes to call an offside call that they called correctly in the end. We have to give him that. But it takes so long. And what we hear now, and it was good, the A-League put something up on their socials the other day about the communication of the referees. And we need to hear that now. We need that. We desperately need that. Because I would love to hear what Sean Evans, the referee, was saying during those decisions. When he looks at the footage of Leckie's foot stomping on Lewis Miller, what can you say against that, man? Can you say, no, he doesn't step on his foot. There's a gap between between the 2 feet. I mean, am I going crazy? This is insane. Alex says Marco got a red for that previously. You're right. 123 says absolute debacle. Goodness me. So, I mean, we're going to talk about the performance, of course, but I'm full of emotion. My blood's pumping, and again, I like to stay so positive, but I am just absolutely left speechless by what we've witnessed tonight, because it's not a penalty for Melbourne City. That first one, the contact starts outside the box. It's as simple as that. Not a Elite Falcon says Sean Evans said not a penalty. It missed the foot. I don't know. I don't know what camera angle he's looking at, man. I'm not sure what he's looking at. Not sure what he's looking at. Dude. Like says should have been a penalty and a second yellow for Lecky. And again, I'm seeing from you guys here in the live chat that we did in the live watch along. I mean, everyone agreed. Everyone was with me. So yeah, man. So yeah. I see some people, Josh asked in the chat, what's happened. Just go check out the highlights, man, and you'll see for yourself. There's no explanation. If you see the highlights, you go, oh, hang on, what's going on here? like something's clearly going wrong. Something's clearly going wrong. So look, we'd love to hear some statement from the referees, from Sean Evans, some communication, just as to why. Like that would probably bring me some more peace as to what has happened if I hear some communication. But I like, I don't know, man. Like for both decisions, like two of the worst, it's chaos. It's just chaos, and it's so disappointing as well because again we'll talk about the match and. Look, heading into this game, Mariners were massive underdogs. I mean, we're struggling for form at the moment, and we are so close to getting a result here. I mean, had those results, the referee decision been rightly awarded, then we could have been in for a win here. We could have been in for a 3-2 win, but instead it's going the other way. I thought there was good effort from the players tonight. There was really good effort. City, of course, scoring the penalty, but Benny and Kalolo was who opened the scoring with a fantastic strike. Benny and Kalolo. We've been critical of him. It has to be fair, but we have to give credit where credit's due, man. Benny and Kalolo, fantastic strike. Took the players on. Fantastic finish with his weaker foot. His first goal in the A-League. And hopefully this is the first of many for Benny and Kalolo. And from there, of course, the penalty situation, which we won't talk about, of course. McLaren doesn't miss, of course, from a penalty. And then the second half, man, we were in it. I thought there was good energy. Benny was looking good. I thought Lewis Miller had a big game once again. Dan Hall, for most of the game, was very good. Kept McLaren quiet. Nisbet was working hard and was tagging Tilio for basically the entire game. Was sort of locked in on the left-hand side of the midfield too, just tracking Tilio. That worked because Tilio was nullified again for most of the game. Tilly worked. Melbourne City was still creating chances though. And look, Bozanic. The Bozanic goal, though, fantastic. Of course, Berenger, I should say, getting the goal just before that, just slicing through that Mariners defense. I think we could have defended it better. Dan Hall coming across maybe to stop that space, to fill up that space in the back line was unfortunate. Goal goes in, but fantastic cross from Farrell for the Bozanic goal. And from there, I was like, we're in it, man. 2-2. This is incredible. I didn't think we'd see a 2-2 scoreline. I didn't think we were going to score 2 goals tonight. So from there, man, I mean, 2-2. And then we were still creating good chances. Cooper says, good team display. Alex says, Nisbet great in the middle. Fantastic, hey. So look, really, really good stuff overall. I mean, from Sony players, Benny as well. But look, after the Ollie goal, I was optimistic that we could snatch a winner, especially if we just held on. Unfortunately, couldn't do so. The Tilio goal, fair goal. Again, that giveaway. And in defense, just some sloppiness in defense at a couple of times in this game as well. Overall, again, pretty good, pretty strong to keep out this back line as well. Cooper says Farrell put his body on the line many times. Yeah, dude, that was a great tackle from Farrell in the first half to deny McLaren. Really well-timed tackle. Okay, here's a big question. And again, I do want to move on from the referee thing, but Ben has just asked, bigger robbery than the Adelaide at Cooper's last season? Look, for those who don't know, at Adelaide, away to Adelaide last season, Adelaide were awarded 3 penalties that shouldn't have been awarded. This is worse. For me, what has happened tonight is miles worse. Because for those penalties, I can see why they gave them. Like there's like a slither of like leniency. Like whereas like, okay, yeah, sure. Like it probably wasn't, but they've given them. Whereas this, like, I don't know. Again, am I wrong saying this? Like you guys in the live chat, like back me up right now, right? But for me, these refereeing decisions tonight weren't opinion, it's fact. Like, especially the first one, though, right? Like, Kai Rolls makes contact with Tilio outside the box. And yeah, maybe the contact continues into the box. But as far as I'm aware, the rule is when you make contact outside the box, that's where it happens. Anyway, Mark Tilio, that ended up being the winning goal. because Mariners weren't awarded a penalty in the end. Yellow card for Nick Montgomery at the end. Goalkeeping coach Jess Van Stratton for the Mariners was sent off at the end. Crazy. Just crazy stuff at the end, man. Goodness me. Oscar says, great team showing, deserve the point. I mean, absolutely. I mean, and again, I just want to reiterate, I mean, how much Mariners were underdogs. Poor run of form. You know, we had to make some rotation in the team because we're coming off a 3 days break against the reigning champions who, I mean, they had a few injuries themselves too. I mean, they're still without Jamison. They had no Connor Metcalf tonight, but they're able to bring in, you know, Scott Galloway, are able to, I mean, Marco Tilio, Berenguer in midfield, Aiden O'Neill, a Socceroos front three. I mean, this City team is miles ahead of the Mariners on paper, man. Miles ahead of the Mariners. Have to give that to them. And we were so close. We were so close, right? Just a boy in the live chat says, agree, Lockie. Initial contact outside the box. And it's a clear pen for the Mariners. No debate, right? Jesse's in here, says, clear pen. Clear pen. Not to mention the stoppage time. Joel, good point. We went to 103 minutes. How did we get there? It was 7 minutes added on. And I was saying, like, even the Mariners had a chance to get the winner. In the live watch along, I was saying, end the game. End the game, dude. End the game, because I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't want to watch this anymore. Never have I been so, like, I've never felt like that before, where I'm just like, I don't want to keep watching this. Because if something happens, I was like, if we, at the end there, if Mariners scored a goal, or if another player went down, I wouldn't have celebrated. I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. Because I was like, they're probably going to find a way to rub it out at this rate after these two just insane decisions. Matt says, I'm not taking my kids to games anymore to see that standard. I hope you're talking about the referees there, Matt. I hope you're talking about the referees. Tom says, one day we'll get some luck. Maybe one day in a few years' time. Yeah, maybe. Maybe a few decades away. We'll see. Rennie got a yellow at the end, says Pumpkin Vods. Didn't see that, but I'm not surprised. I did see he was heated at the end there, though. He was looking very passionate. Oh, man. Shadow says, I want to see what happens in the next few days after this. I expect a statement to come out. Look, honestly, I don't think we'll see anything. I don't think they'll care. I don't think they'll bother. Look, it'd be great, but they're going to stand by their decisions. But I'd love to hear. Look, I'd love to. I mean, something that they do in the Premier League. I remember they do it. I don't know if they've done it in the A League anytime in recent history, but they get like former referees or like heads of referees to come on to do interviews and back up refereeing decisions. I'd love to see some like experienced referees chime in on this, right? I'd love to see some experienced referees chime in on this. Because Sean Evans is an experienced A-League referee. He's been refereeing in the A-League for a while. He knows what's going on. He knows how the VAR works. He spent a long time looking at these decisions and thinks he's made the correct decision. Don't know what else to say to it, man. Don't know what else to say to it. Say about it. Ah, man. What else is down here, man? Denzel says, Lockie, you're great, mate. Appreciate all you do. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, even if it's on hard, difficult nights like this, man. Difficult nights like this. And look, I just want to reiterate as well, I'm actually pro VAR, which I know I'm probably in the minority. I'm actually pro VAR. I think it does have a place. And it was right that obviously the decisions were looked at. Like, actually, and here's the thing as well, right? VAR is called in when they think the referee's made a clear and obvious error, right? And the Sean Evans initially pointed for a penalty for Melbourne City for that first challenge. Still went to look at it, saw that there was contact outside the box, and still stayed with the penalty decision. Okay. I wonder if the VAR is like, well, no, we called you back. We think you might be wrong. And then for the penalty decision, he initially says no penalty, right? Pretty sure, right? Could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure he says no penalty, and then gets called. No, it is right. Gets called over to the VAR. Hey, we think you might have missed a clear and obvious error. We think this is a penalty, and he's still like, I'll look at it for 5 minutes. Nah. I mean, it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious at this point, man. I mean, it's look. What can we say? What can we say? Shadow says, I agree with you, Lockie. I want VAR in the game, but it just has to fix a few things to fix up. I think it's more refereeing thing than VAR. I think we have to talk about referees and VAR. And again, I just want to reiterate, I hate talking about referees, like regardless of their performances. I never focus on it in my content. But when it affects the game to this extent and my team, it's like, how can we ignore it? How can we ignore it? It's like you look at the scoreline and you think, oh man, entertaining game. It's like, nah, dude. Oh, mate. It's just disappointing when referees take away from the spectacle of the game. That shouldn't be how it works. And never before have I seen a referee take away from the spectacle of a football match ever in A-League history. I just want to reiterate, man. I'm just exhausted, dude. Anyway, player votes. Let's talk about our player votes. We do our player votes after every game. There were some. I was stoked with some player performances in this game tonight, and it's actually tricky because there's a few good ones I want to point out. I'm actually gonna. You know what? I'm gonna say three. Say three for Lewis Miller. I'm gonna say three for Lewis Miller. I thought he was great again tonight, just immense. I'm gonna say two for Dan Hall, and I'm gonna say one for Josh Nisbet. 3 Lewis Miller, 2 Dan Hall, 1 Josh Nisbet. Ollie was close to being in there. Nikolai was good. Benny was good. Benny was very good. I thought Benny stepped up to that. Benny stepped up tonight as well. Zixon here says Mariners have been robbed. I mean, yep. There's no question about that. And Cololo was good. Bizanik was good. Yeah, man. Both. I mean, there was a lot of good performances, especially after, recent weeks, just to show the heart of that performance tonight. I mean, Mariners easily could have collapsed, with such a run of games, Oh, mate. Benny Cololo deserves 3. He was good tonight, dude. He was good. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. 1 for Benny. Maybe I'll change my mind, man. Maybe you guys are convincing me to change my mind. You know what? Let's rub it back. Let's go 3 Lewis Miller. Let's go 2 Dan Hall. Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to stick with it. I have to stick with it. 3 Lewis Miller, 2 Dan Hall, and 1 for Josh Nisbet. But again, so good to see Benny get his first goal in the A-League, man. So good. So good, man. Jasper says we need to walk off the pitch next time. Statement made might actually attract international attention. Give the leagues right kick up the arse. It would be a big move, Jasper. I don't know whether that would actually happen, and I wonder what the repercussions would be for that. Jazz Boy says I expect a full apology from the league. It's good to see that like watching it, and it was good to hear you guys in the live chat. I thought maybe that I was just freaking out. Like, am I just being biased? But we're hearing clearly, like, there's a consensus from opposition fans, from everyone, that what we saw tonight was wrong. So that's reassuring to hear. Yeah, man. TJ says they can build off this. Dude, let's take the positives out of this. That's for sure, man. We can absolutely build off this. And Mariners' next game is on Saturday. A very tough game away to Adelaide United. It's a tough place to go. Adelaide United have had mixed form at home, though. 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses. So we have to hope that we can take the positives out of this. There was enough shown from this performance tonight to convince me that Mariners could get 3 points in South Australia on the weekend. Potentially. We're going to be doing a live watch-along for that game too, a double live watch-along for the two Saturday night games. Adelaide Mariners kicking off at the same time, Sydney and Melbourne City, a grand final rematch. Keep an eye out for that game too. That one should be epic as well. Guys, I'm going to tune off there. It's been an absolute insane night. And I've said all I wanted to say, and it's good as well to hear your guys' thoughts in the live chat. In the live chat as well, and as well if you're watching us on replay, get your thoughts down in the comments. How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Let me know, man. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to discuss things. Man. Okay, guys, I gotta get off because I gotta try and cool off because it's been a very stressful last hour or so. So, guys, thanks for appreciating. I appreciate you guys supporting the content. If you have enjoyed, make sure you hit like on this. I do appreciate it a lot. And if you're not subscribed already, we do a lot of A-League content here, Central Coast Mariners content, as you can tell from all the gear. So hit subscribe if you want to stick around for the content, guys. Appreciate it. Most controversial stream so far, Shadow. Well and truly, mate. Well and truly. Tonight's streams will go down in Coast football history, mate. This is a landmark moment. This is, yeah, mate. I'm sure there's some very clippable moments. But once again, guys, thank you so much. Mariners fans, we look ahead to Saturday. Hold on to the hope, man. Hold on to hope. Trust in Monty. Trust in the lads. We have so much to play for. So much football to be played this season. We focus on the future. Let's go, Mariners.